good traders. We are here to look at our $50 account challenge, how this week has ended. If you remember, last week we had a challenge on the account, and that was the fact that we could not trade with the little money that was left on the account, which was $23. So we all agreed that we should move that money to a new account. So we did that and started the week on Sunday. So we are here to see how the $23.81 has become, whether we've lost it or we've made profit. So that is what we are here to do. And then we'll also look at some things that we can learn from the trades we took, and also see other tips or messages that we can all grab from the trade history. So quickly, let's look at the account balance now. Remember, the account balance was 23.81. So I'm taking you to the history part of the account, and this is it. This week we were able to make profit. We moved the account or the money to a new account, and we were able to make, this is the deposit, if you look at it, $23.81. Now if you look at the history, it's on this week, which is last week. Last week means this very week. So that is where the history is. So you see that the deposit that has come on this account is here, which is $23.81, exactly the money on the other account which we transferred into this account. So we started this week with this $23.81, and we managed to make a profit of $31.97. $31.97. That is the profit we made, which is more than 100%. Yes, more than 100%, because 23.81, and then you made a profit of 31.97. What is the percentage like? Those of you who are good in mathematics will be able to tell. So now the total balance is 55.59. 55.59. Now this trades that I took attracted some swap, and the swap fee that was charged is 19 cents or $0.19. So you see it over there. So that is the swap that was charged on some of the trades that I took. It means that I took some trades and then I had to leave them to run into the next day. So that is how come there was a swap fee of 19 cents. There was no commission deduction. So that is it. Now let me take you to the account area. So this is the account area. As you can see, we don't have any running trade. All trades are closed. So our balance now is 55.59. The equity is the same, and then the free margin is also the same. So our account is back to $50. You know, we started this account with $50, and then we took it to $107, and then we lost some part of the money, and then the account came back down to $23.81. Those of you who are following this series understand it better. So now we are back to $50 and above. So we pray that the coming week will be better. But let me say this before we go to the history and look at the trades that I took. Let me say that this account challenge has been a month now, exactly 1 month now. So that is 4 weeks now. But in actual trading, we traded for only 3 weeks. The reason being that last week I couldn't take any trade on the previous account because of the leverage issues. So you all remember that the money was left with $23.81, but I couldn't take a trade on the account because of the leverage. So that week, the whole of last week, we didn't take any trade on the account until I updated you and you guys accepted that we should move the money to a different account, which I did. So it is 1 month now, but we have only traded for 3 weeks. I'm sure you've gotten the calculations well. So that is it. We've only traded for 3 weeks, although the account is about a month now, 4 weeks now, but we only traded for 3 weeks. So get it right. Now let's go to the history part and look at the trades we took and what we can learn. Now these were the trades that we took. You realize that this was the first trade. This was the money that was deposited. That is the first one. If you look, that the balance that was on the account. So if you look at it, you see the balance. So the balance was 23.81. And then the first trade that I took after that was this one. Now, the date and time that you see on each trade is actually the time that the trades were closed, not the time that I took the trades. Because here is the history part of it. So it's only giving you the time that the trade was closed. So if you look at the date, the trade was closed on the 18th of September 2023 at exactly 3:37 p.m. my time. So that is the date and time you are seeing here. So always, if you are looking at the history, it is giving you the time and date that you closed the trade. That is what it will give you. My entry price is the first price here. So those of you who enter trades and you are looking for your entry price and you don't know it, this is your entry price. The first price that you see here is always your entry price. That is the point at which you entered the market. That is always your entry price. The first price that you see there, that is your entry price. So if you look at GBP card, the entry price was 1.67069. So if you are looking for your entry price to calculate your take profit or stop loss, you always look at the first price. Okay, if these trades were still running trades, you will see that the second price here, which is the closing price, if I had not closed the trades, you will see that this price will be moving. They will keep changing, but the entry price will be stagnant. It won't move. The entry price is always not moving. So if you are looking for your entry price to do your calculation of take profit and stop loss, once you enter a buy or a sell, you go to the running trade and check your first price below the currency pair. The first price below the currency pair is always your entry price. So this is how to easily know your entry price. Because sometimes when you come to the chart, and you see the line, it is difficult for you to be sure of the price. Although you are seeing the line, although I'm not in any trade, so you may not be seeing the dotted line that I'm talking about, the entry dotted line. You will see it, but it is difficult for you to know the price. So all you just have to do is to come to the running trade area here, and then you will just look at the first price. In this case, that will be this price over here. That is your entry price. So you can easily copy this and use it to do your calculation of take profit and stop loss. You get it? That's fine. So now that you know your entry price on these trades, this is the closing price, the price at which the trades were closed. That is the second price you are seeing here. And then the lot sizes that were used is what you see here. Here, this one is 0.05. The one in blue, this is also 0.05. This is also 0.05. This one is 0.10. The one in red is a sell. The one in blue is a buy. Always, that is the difference. The ones in red are sell. The ones in blue are buy. And you also see the inscription. Whether it's a buy, you see it. You see it here. Buy, buy, buy. This one is a sell. This is a buy. This is a sell. So it's easy for you to know what type of trade was taken. Is that okay? So now, if you look between the entry price and then the closing price, okay, the entry price and the closing price, if you look at these two prices, you'll be able to tell the difference in pips. Okay, now the entry price for GBP card was 1.67069. Always, I told those of you how to do the calculation of take profit and stop loss. If you have watched that video, I've told you that the last number after the decimal point, in this case the 0 and then the 9 here, I have told you guys that that one is often called the pipette. It's often called a pipette, just like seconds. So that one will have to move 10 times or reduce 10 times before the next figure will also increase or reduce. So if you are looking at the difference between this entry price and then the closing price, that is about 20 pips. That is about 20 pips. So that is a 20 pips profit, and that is the amount it gave us here. So 1.67069, and then it moved to 1.67260, about 20 pips. So the 20 pips gave us $7.08. The second trade that was taken was Euro card, also a buy, but the trade didn't go buy, it went sell. It went against us. So I had to close the trade with a loss of what? 11.80. So if you look at the entry price and then the closing price, you'll be able to know how many pips difference. So I took the trade at 1.44245, and then the trade went to 1.43927. So that is 8 here plus 24 will be how much? 8 plus 24 will be 34. So that's 34 pips. So this trade went into loss, 34 pips, and then it gave us a loss of 11.80. I'm able to quickly do the calculation because I've been doing this for quite some time. So once you also keep on practicing, it will be easier to easily do these calculations and know how many pips. All right. The next trade I took was Euro USD, a buy, and also we got some 45 cents on it, or $0.45. So how many pips did that trade go? I entered the trade at a price of 1.06780, and I closed it as 1.06789. So it is the pipette that moved only 9 times. So if you look at it, it's the pipette that gave this profit. The only difference is the 9 and the 0 here. If you look at it, this is 1.0, the entry is 1.06780, and then the closing price is the same, almost the same, 1.06789. So it is the 0 that moved up to 9, and then it gave this what do you call it, profit. So it didn't move up to even 1 pip, almost 1 pip, but it didn't get to 1 pip. So that is that. Okay, so this was even less than a pip. Now the next trade was GBP NZD, and then I got $5.65. So if you look at the entry price and the closing price, you should be able to tell. Okay, you should be able to tell how many pips difference. So once you do that, you'll be able to see all that. There was also some trades here. If you look at this one, there was this trade here, USD card. I made a $2 loss, or 2.60 loss on it. And then GBP JPY sell gave us this, and then another sell gave us this. And then gold, I took some trades on gold, and then I got this also on gold, and got this one also on gold. So on gold we had a lot of trades on gold, if you look. Yes, so after the gold trades, we went for Euro USD, Euro JPY, and then today, which is Friday, today being Friday, there were some trades that I took today. So today's trades are, or let me say, there were some trades that were closed today. So this one, Chef, this trade was closed today, which happens to be 22nd September. Today is Friday, 22nd September. So this was closed today. This was also closed today. This trade was also closed today. So today's trade started from the top. If you look at it from the top, this trade was closed today, this one to today, this one today, this one today, and this one to today. So these are the trades that were taken today. So if you look at today alone, I think today we made some good profit. Let's look at today. Today alone, I made $13 on the trades, only for today. $13. Now if you look at today, you see something. Look at swap. You see that a swap is in positive. You see that the swap is in positive. This today's trade, there were some trades that I took yesterday, which were Euro USD. So now let's check. If I try to expand the Euro USD trades, all you need to do is to click, it will open up. Now, look at something interesting. Look at the trade. Look at swap. Swap is here. If you look at swap, you see that there was a swap fee of positive 0.21 on this trade. Do you all see it? This is it. So it means the swap that was charged, because I left the trade to run from yesterday, Thursday, to today, Friday, the swap that was charged or was given wasn't in negative, but rather positive. So just as I told you, that it is not all the time that the swap will be negative. Sometimes the swap will be positive, depending on how the currency ended the day. If the currency pair ended the day in a positive manner, you will end up getting some positive or small profit as swap. But if the trade ends or the currency pair ends in a negative way, there's a way the brokers do it to be able to come up with this swap thing. Okay, there's a way they do it. Maybe another time I may do a video on how they do those things, but it's really not necessary to me, although I know how they do it, but it's not necessary, because whether you like it or not, swap will be charged if you allow your trade to run to the next day. You get it? So unless you want me to still do a video to talk about that, I feel like the channel shouldn't be always videos, because for how long can you continue watching videos? So I believe that we should only put content that is worth sharing. I don't believe that my channel should be a channel for videos for views. No, I believe that it should be content based that will help. Once the content is exhausted, we are done. You get it? Yes. So, but if you want me to do a video on that, I can do that. Okay. So that is that. So you see that the swap here, I just wanted you to see that the swap here is positive on that trade. There was also another trade I took, which is the next one. If you look at it too, that one too, it gave me a swap of what? Look at it. The swap fee gave me a profit of 0.53. So you see that the swap wasn't negative. Now the swap is calculated based on the lot size that you used. So you see that on this trade, the lot size was 0.50. This one, the lot size was 0.02. So that is how come the swap fee is different. So you see that on the first trade, the swap fee is only 0.21. The second trade, the swap fee is 0.53. And this is extra profit that is going to be added to your account. So you see that in total, this is it here. So they are giving you the total swap, which is almost to $1. So you gain almost to $1 on your money. The same way sometimes you can lose when the swap is negative. It means it will be deducted from your account. But when the swap ends in positive like this one, it will be added to your account balance. So these were the trades that were given swap, because I took them yesterday on Thursday, and then the trade had to run to today, giving me a swap of positive 21 and then 53. All right, so that is something very interesting I wanted you to take note of. So if you look at the details too, that is also another place. I have always said that, you remember I told you that the date and time you see here, okay, this video, let's just learn all this at once. I have told you that the date and time that you see over here at the top here is actually the date and time that you closed the trade. Now, if you want to know the date and time that the trade was opened, there's a way to check it. So you see the date and time here. All these are for the time that the trade was closed. All these are for the time that the trade was closed. So if you want to know the time that the trade was taken, all you have to do is to click on the trade, any of the trades here, and it will expand. Just as we clicked, and then it's expanded for us to see the swap fee. When you tap on it, you see that it has expanded. When it expands like this, you'll be able to see open here. If you look at it, you see open over here, and then you see dates and time. that is the date and time on which the trade was opened. And then this one over here at the top here is the date and time that the trade was closed. Do you get the difference? Good. So this trade, the open time was what? The time was at 10:11 in the morning. On which date? That was on Thursday, 21st September 2023. So the trade Euro JPY buy trade was opened on 21st September 2023. And then the trade was closed on which date? This one here. That's 22nd September 2023. You see the different dates and time? So the time follows. This one, it was closed around in the afternoon. Or that was midnight. I had to wake up and close this trading at midnight. Around 2 a.m. Almost getting to 3 a.m. If you look at the date. Or sorry, the time. That is 2:57 a.m. That was the time this trade was closed. So you see the time that it was taking here. That's at 10:11 in the morning a.m. You see the difference. So that is how if you want details of the trade, you want to get more details on the trade, you see this ID you see here. You see an ID on the trade. You see there's an ID here, and then you see the number, the ID code over here. These are the codes that, supposing your how do I put it? Your broker regulator. Supposing your broker regulator receives a complaint from you that maybe some fictitious things happened on your trades, then they will be requesting for your trade IDs. They will request for your trade IDs. So once you get them all these details, they will be able to track and to find out the reality. So they will check. Maybe you are saying that your broker cheated you in terms of maybe spread. I'm just giving an example. I'm not saying that is the issues. So maybe assuming you said your broker cheated you on spread, and you are reporting to your broker's regulator. Your broker's regulator will have to take your trades and look at the IDs of your trades and track it into the system to be able to see the swap on those trades that you took as at the time you were taking them, and then they'll compare that to the liquidity providers, what they also gave, and see whether indeed your broker did something fictitious against you. So that is how the regulators are able to check and track some of these things when you complain to them about something. So when they check and they feel like there was nothing wrong, because they will check from the liquidity providers what was the price the liquidity providers gave as at the time you took the trade and then the time you closed the trade. And then they will compare that with the feed that your broker gave you as at the time you you opened the trade to the time that you closed the trade. What was the swap? What was the difference? And then they'll look into it and be able to say, hey, your broker indeed cheated you on swap, so maybe you have a case. Or they look through it and say, hey, there's actually no case, because what your broker gave to you is exactly what the liquidity providers gave. And looking at what maybe they added on top of it is nothing to say you have been cheated. You get it? So the ID is very important. The trade IDs are very important. So if you click on the next trade to expand it, you see that the IDs are different. Each trade and its ID. So this trade like this is the ID here. This one too, this is the ID here. So the IDs for every trade you take are there for future reasons. So that is how your trades could be checked in case you are giving a report to your regulator, the broker regulator, to actually fight for you. The regulators are there to fight for you. So if you are going to make complaints, they need to be able to verify the kind of complaint you are making and see whether it's legit or not, or whether you have a case or not, because they are to protect customers. The brokers, their regulators are supposed to protect we the customers. So if you a customer, you are not satisfied with your broker's services, the best person to report to, or the best institution to report to, is the broker's regulator. So that is why it's very important that any trades that or any broker that you register with, at least you should be able to know the regulators. It's very, very important. If you do not know the regulators and you are just registering the account because you are registering, if something should happen tomorrow, how will you be able to file your complaint? How will you be able to complain for it to be looked at? So every broker, for me, the most important thing I look out for in a broker is the regulator. Once I'm satisfied with the regulator, I go with them. That is me. I don't care whether they are market makers or they are the what do you call it, the STPs or the whatever the other names are there, the ECN. I don't care about that one. I don't look into those things, whether they are STPs or ECN or they are market makers or deal index brokers. I don't look at those things. I don't really care about the spread that they give and blah blah blah. The most important thing I look out for is the regulators. If the regulators are good, then I'm good to go. Once I check and confirm and the regulators are very strong regulators, then I am good to go, because I know that the regulators are good, so the broker wouldn't mess up. Because if they should mess up with me, they know they can easily be in trouble. But maybe another thing as a trader you should be able to know and learn more about is how, in case there is any future trouble, you can be able to report your case to the regulators to check for you. Because if you do not know how you can even make a report or even a complaint to the regulators to do your work for, to do some due diligence for you and to protect you and check certain things for you, the brokers will always take us for granted. So we are not supposed to allow brokers to take us for granted. Sometimes maybe you have a genuine case, the broker actually cheated you, and you don't even know how to go about your whole story. The whole story becomes some way. You don't even know what to do. The only thing you can do is to just let it go. But if you really know how to get yourself out there to talk to these regulators to come to your aid, I'm sure you may be even compensated later on. Who knows? In addition to maybe getting a refund, you may even be compensated. You remember recently I told you about my Forex fund, that they were sued in the US and Canada because what they promised they wanted to give to the customers is not actually what they were giving out, or what they said they were going to do with the customers is not what they are doing. So the CFTC, as a regulator, decided to take up the matter. All right. I'm still waiting, compiling the updates to come up with it for you to know the progress of that court case, where it has gotten to and stuff. But that will be a later video. But once you know your way out, you can be able to check some of these things and be able to report them if they need be. So know your broker, know the regulator. It's very important. It's very, very, very important. Sometimes the brokers feel like we don't even know how to go about those things. So sometimes they can just do something and do whatever they want to do, because they know that you don't know much and you don't know what to do when a situation occurs. So they will always take advantage. So once they know that someone knows how to do some of these things and the regulators are also strict, they will begin to sit up and do the right thing, because they are supposed to serve us and get commission from their services. So they are not supposed to do anything extra. So when they end up doing something new to what they promised us, then the regulators will take them on after you have given an official complaint to them. So these are some of the things that you're supposed to know as a trader. I told you that this account review that comes your way is packed with a lot of knowledge. It's packed with additional tips that you may not get it in some of my regular videos. So maybe you are not so much concerned about the challenge, but hey, the information that is shared in this challenge videos is also very, very, very important, and you need to have idea and need to know what is happening. So it's good that you follow the review as we bring to you every week. So this week has ended, and by the grace of God, we were able to make an amount of what? $31. Okay, $31 out of $23. So we are back to our normal deposit amount. But like I said, it is 1 month now, which is 4 weeks. But we only traded for 3 weeks. So maybe by the close of next week, we should be able to come with a full 1 month review to see where we have ended. If we wanted to still go by the 1 month review, we will say that at least our deposit is still safe, isn't it? Yes, because the beginning of the month we deposited $50 and we still have $55, so we haven't lost our deposit. But remember, we only traded for 3 weeks. We didn't trade for 1 week. So maybe when next week ends, we will be able to give a full 1 month account. But if you still feel we should give the full 1 month account because it is still 1 month, fair. You can do this judgment based on what we still have. All right. So let's see how next week will go. And by the end of next week, we'll still come your way. If you have any question, if something is bothering your mind you want to ask, please do. But let me also remind you that I have started a live trading room session. So the live trading room, I share the Zoom link for you to join on my Telegram channels. For you to get access to the Telegram channel, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. When you send me a message on WhatsApp, I'll send you the Telegram link to join. Is that okay? Apart from that, I told you that the live trading room is going to be available for just 1 month, free for just 1 month. After 1 month free, it will only be exclusive to those who have registered their accounts through my broker links, my referral links. So if you want to register an account through my referral link, you have to contact me on WhatsApp and get the referral links. I have 3 brokers that I am recommending. Xness is one, DERIV is one, and then Blueberry Markets. So Blueberry Market is for those in the UK. If you are in Europe, not just UK, the whole of Europe, if you are in Europe and you need a good broker, the Blueberry Markets link is there. I can give it to you to register. But for them, their minimum deposit is $100. You need to have $100 before you can register with them. And then apart from that, those of us in Africa, we have DERIV and we also have Xness. So you may only have to choose one, the one that you are comfortable with. Okay, because DERIV and Xness are limited. It's not mostly available in Europe. So that is why I'm giving the Blueberry Market. They are in Europe and other parts of the world, including Africa, but their minimum deposit is 100. So those in Africa who doesn't have $100, it means you can't sign up with them. But if you have $100 and above, you can sign up with Blueberry Market. But Blueberry, apart from Blueberry, DERIV and then Xness, even if you have $10, you can open an account with them. So that is why I recommend DERIV and then Xness for our colleagues Africans. But if you are in Europe and you are still an African, then I think Blueberry Market will be the way to go, especially if you're in Europe. Blueberry Market will be. So you need to register an account through my referral link, and that will give you access to the live trading room after the 1 month free trial or after the 1 month free session. And also, I also have a VIP group. The VIP group is where I share signals. I share signals in the VIP group. So to be in the VIP group, currently I have 116 people in the VIP group, and the cost to be in the VIP group is 12 months. 12 months will cost you $100. That's the yearly subscription. So your 12 months starts the day you make the payment or the day you join the VIP group. That is when your 12 months starts. So what we do in the VIP group is that we have a weekly target of between 100 to 500 pips of profit. In the VIP group, we don't count signals. Some people will contact me and ask me, how many signals do you give in a day? We don't do that in the VIP group. We have a weekly target of between 100 to 500 pips. So if it is just one signal that will give us that target, that's what we are looking for. If it is 2 signals that is going to give us the target of between 100 to 500 pips, that's what we are looking for. If it will take 100 signals to give us that target too, that's fair. So we are only concerned about the target. not the counting of the number of signals. So that is how different our VIP group is. So that is that. If you want to be in that group, the cost is $100 for 12 months. That's a yearly subscription. So the choice is yours to make and be part of any of the services I provide. So if you are in the VIP group, you get access to signals plus the trading room, 2-in-1. I said if you are in the VIP group, you get access to the trading room and also the signals. But if you are if you have registered your account through my referral link, then you will only have access to the trading room after the 1 month free session. Okay, so that is that. If you want to contact me personally for any discussion, maybe you want to join my VIP or you are requesting for my broker link to register your account and whatsoever, any other thing, please contact me on WhatsApp, because a lot of people are trying to be bad guys using my name and my pictures, trying to make it look like it's me whilst it is not me. So I have decided that the only means to contact me is through WhatsApp. Contact me on WhatsApp, because the number I'm going to give to you is the only number I have been using, and it's a personal number. No one can use that. So the number is +233. Let me give you the number. It's +233 246 136609. This is my WhatsApp number, and it's also my official phone number. If you call me or you send me a WhatsApp message or you do a WhatsApp call, you can even do a video call if you want to see me and be sure you are dealing with me. But I don't fancy calls, to be honest. I love to receive text messages or WhatsApp messages or voice notes. That is easier for me. I love that aspect. I don't like calls. So you may have to limit your calls. If you want to call me, you may have to limit it. But the voice notes and the messages, I love that. I can easily reply you. Is that okay? So that is that, and that is how you can get in touch with me for any business or anything you want us to talk about. Thank you very much, and thank you for staying here. Next week, we will come again and see how far we have gone with this same account, and anything else to learn will surely come your way. Thank you. My name is Kofi, your admin for Leading Forex. Thank you, guys. I'm grateful.